we need to follow both both characters, the parents and the girl. So we're really in the middle, and we're in a very awkward position, especially me. As a director, I was constantly in an awkward position that both sides wants to know that who I'm with, especially the girl. She wants to know who you're with. If I tell you what I think about the world, about my parents, are you gonna tell my parents? Mm-hmm. So that's really the hard position to be on. And I think to be more specific, the most intense and awkward moment was, sorry to be a little bit of a movie blower for you guys, if I talk about this thing in the film that you will see if you do. So it's when we, it was the second year when we traveled, it was a snowstorm, and when we traveled and get back to the village home, and the family reunited. And a few moments later, the daughter and the father got into a huge fight. They got physical at one point, and we were filming, and I was first in another room. I was changing the light bulb because that countryside is very small. They have very small lights, so we have to always change it to a brighter light. So I heard the yelling, and I came to the room, the other room, and Qing's the daughter. She saw me, and our camera is still rolling, and she saw me, and then she turned. She was first yelling against with yelling with her father, and then she saw me at the doorway. She turned to me and she yelled at me. She said, "This is the way." Now we'll see. That was really harsh for me because I mean, at one point, on one hand, as a filmmaker, you're supposed to be objective and not intervene in your subject's life. But on the other hand, you're still a human being, and since you spend so much time with your subject, more or less, you would have developed a very close relationship, or even, you're like a very good friends, or in a Chinese culture, you're like a family. So how can you how can you see your family member fight each other and not doing anything? So it's really a big dilemma for me. I can still recall that moment. My brain just went in blank for 10 seconds. I didn't know what to do. And because there were three of us at the doorway. I was standing there, and my cameraman, he was still rolling the camera, smarter than me. Right? So I whispered to him, I said, "Should we stop?" And he looked at me, "Are you crazy?" So I kept on this debate. I don't know if this debate in my head and my heart would go anywhere at the moment, because it's just, I don't know what to do. But I think a little later, I still feel that my emotion sort of trumpeted my how to say, professionalism. So I did went in the frame while my cameraman was still shooting. I went in and I separated the daughter and the father. So I did intervene. Even till this day, I don't know. I couldn't really judge myself. Did I did it right or did I do it wrong? I don't know. But what I thought I could do is afterwards we sat down. I sat down with his father, and I asked my cameraman to sit down with the daughter, and we talked with them and comfort them, and making sure that it's okay that we use this footage in the future, because it's such an important thing in the whole story arc. It's the outburst of all conflicts in this family, in this society, and probably in the world.